Ayan mga kaibigan, painit ng painit ang mga tanungan, ang mga sagutan, no? Magaling talaga si Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman Dick Gordon. Ang galing niya sa cross-examination and direct examination. Bigyan ko po kayo ng sample, no, para po doon sa mga hindi familiar sa cross saka sa direct examination. Normally po yung cross examination saka direct examination as well as yung recross saka redirect ay ginagawa po yan sa korte, usually sa mga witnesses, no. But in this case, sa Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, Senate hearing, dito sa mga akusado or sabihin na lang natin na resource person, okay, or ano bang mas appropriate, hindi naman akusado eh. I don't like to use the term akusado, okay, so sabihin na lang natin na resource person para mas safe tayo. So yun, ang direct examination is tulad ng ginagawa ni Attorney Gordon, Senator Gordon, no, directly tinatanong niya si sabihin natin si Mr. Wang, no, ng mga direct questions to elicit facts. Pero meron na siyang prior research, no, tungkol doon sa mga tanong na gusto niyang ma-divulge yung respective answers dito. And then tinatandaan niya yung mga naunang sagot kahit yung mga nauna pang hearings, no. And then nagkakaroon siya ng mga follow-up questions na may kinalaman doon sa mga past questions and past answers. In that way, nababalidate ni Senator Gordon kung may inconsistency doon sa mga kasagutan. Kaya hindi talaga pwedeng lumusot itong si Mr. At gayon din yung iba pang mga resource persons later na maririnig ninyo. Okay, so ayan, maganda talaga. I hope may natututunan po kayo, no, lalo na doon sa gaya ng nasabi ko, yung may mga interest sa ganitong topic, no. So ayan na. Okay, so baka humaba pa, ituloy na natin. Alright, here we go.
You know what that means? Even from the very beginning of this inquiry, there was a lie already. A lie supported by the fact that they had to pay additional taxes. You are Mr. Tiger, Phil.
I don't know, Mr. Tiger.
I'm beginning to, you can't blame us if we say maybe the supplies never came.
Mr.
The Alamo, they never arrived. The reinforcements never arrived.
Mr. Man, I can provide. I said in my fears, I can provide.
And provide us with the detail of all this, because we have to know whether the supplies that you said were actually brought in all the way down to the people who needed it. That's what we're trying to find out. We're not happy we're doing this. It's hard going, but we're trying to find out what your company has done, and your record isn't exactly smooth, and your friends are in high places. You were with the president. You were with Lincoln Ong. Lincoln Ong sits down with the president, and he stops with the president with a short spoon, as Michael Young, and Michael Young is at the center of these things. He doesn't pay taxes, and now your people don't even report that you have people in the other corporations that should have been reported to the BIR. So the long arm of the law has come in and embraced you, all of you.
Mr. Chairman, if the question is whether we have delivered, I don't understand why the burden lies with us. We have the parties accepting it, show that we have delivered. We have shown proof that we have delivered, and now we can show photo proof for each contract that we delivered at the warehouse with the thing itself. So what I don't understand why the burden of proof lies whether we purchased it and how much we purchased it at. If the price was an issue, then everybody who bid above our price in every single contract should be brought here, because they are attempting to scam the government in your statement, perhaps. But every single merchant just offers a price, and so but from what I've read so far, it's that we offer the lowest price. So I don't know why we are the only one crucified here if you're talking about our price. But in terms of delivery per se,
Don't worry, we'll crucify others.
we are
Don't
proof we
worry about
delivered.
that.
But
Just
what
worry
you
about yourself.
it feels very we feel very pressured in that we need to show our books, our costs. How does that relate to determining? Why does that determine? How is that determining? I thought the determination is whether we delivered.
Either lying and amoral. I think you're both. Because you can't seem to distinguish anymore. Your company has done a great disservice to our country from the findings of this committee from the very beginning. Every stage of the investigation was accompanied by a lie. It's just like false news, fake news. You know? Now, let me ask you a simple question then. Who is Dennis Morris? Daniel Morris. Morris Daniel.
Morris Daniel is the name that Mohit told me to communicate with.
The statement in the letter says the initial inquiry came from Jensen Wang and was then handed over to Morris Daniel, who signed the contracts for both Business Beyond Limits, OPC, and also Rocks Trading. So it's one whole sentence.
And
You must have known Daniel Morris, right? Or Morris Daniel.
I believe maybe Morris Daniel is.
Please answer the question forthrightly and honestly.
I believe Morris Daniel is probably a name that Mohit made up.
It's just a name.
Just a name. Because I passed the contact to Mr. Dargani.
Did you say that Mohit Dargani invented the name? Did you just say that?
I do not know.
You said I believe. I said I believe that it could be an invented name.
It could have been.
Made up.
But as I said, I handed over.
Did you say that? Did you just say that?
Mr. Chairman, I said I handed
Did you
over.
just say that?
I'm not sure, Mr. Chairman.
How can you not sure? You just said it.
I said I handed, as I said in my statement, I handed it to Mr.
No, just a while ago.
In my real statement,
I believe that Mojit Dargani might have just invented the name.
If you're asking me, do I know this person? I don't know this person.
I asked you that, but you said your answer was, I believe Mojit Dargani made up the name.
No, then I said, you asked me, do I know a Morris Daniel? I said, no. Then you say, whom that this Morris Daniel be? I said, maybe, perhaps, Mr. Dargani made up the name.
Oh, there you go.
But I don't know for certain.
There you go, made up the name.
As I said, clearly, I handed the thing to Mr. Dargani.
All right, it's enough. It's enough. You've said it, and I'm satisfied with that. Now, you know about Business Beyond Limits, right?
Yes.
And you're not surprised that Business Beyond Limits is suddenly there in the letter?
As I said, I handed it to Mr. Mohit Dargani. I did not follow up afterwards. So I don't know the date of the flight. I don't know the exact details of the flight. I did not pay for the flight. I did not sign the
I
contract.
did not ask you those questions, but you knew that you were trying to find out about the flights, and you knew that you were going to be charged $150,000
I was not going to be charged
all the way to
$150,000.
Dubai.
I'm not going on the flight. Why would I be charged for it?
All right. Okay, I just know.
Mr. Chan, I just need you to be fair here. I already told, since the start, I've said the truth. And you're asking me things to speculate things. I've tried to
I'm not asking you to speculate. You were the one who said. You're the one who said. I did not put words in your mouth.
You asked me who is Morris Daniel. I said I don't know. Then you asked me to be offer of what I think Morris Daniel is. Then I'm trying to.
I believe I might have made up his name, right? You just
To be honest, Mr. Chairman, you can ask me the thing I don't know. No, if I know, I will say. But if I don't know, I cannot say.
Also that you tend to raise your voice. You were very humble until I brought this letter up. You suddenly were flaring up. You're melting down. You're raising your voice, and you're agitated. Obviously, I can see that you're agitated, right?
Because you are saying I felt that there was some. I already said since the start when you asked me about this flight that
You got agitated, right? You got angry. because you got caught in the lie, right?
There was no lie in my statement. Not a word of my said is a lie.
The words speak for themselves that you made the inquiry and formally.
So you
Then
still
when I asked you about Dennis, Morris Dennis, you say, oh, he must just have made up. Morris Daniel.
because I handed to Mr. Mohri Dagani.
All right, okay. I'll leave you at that. Why would you use a fake name if your flight is innocent? Anyway, besides, I don't think you can get away with it when you book a flight unless you paid a lot of money, and you do have a lot of money. Maybe if it's $40,000, $50,000 is still a lot of money. Than the $140,000, which is 6.9 million, and the $50,000 2.5 billion pesos, right? But anyway, let me go to Mr. Dargani. Mojit,
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
well, did you make up the name?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Who is that?
Mr. Morris Daniel was the local person assigned to me by Gary Wong.
We have a Gary Wong and we can't find him. You don't have the information on Gary Wong up till now? Then there's a Morris Daniel. Who's this guy?
I also don't know Morris Daniel, as I just got his information from Gary Wong, and I asked Mr. Wong to have Morris Daniel be the point person.
You ask him. You talk to him, actually. Of course you did. He had to book a flight for you. Not every person can book a chartered flight from Davao to first to Dubai, and then later on somebody had to make a decision. Oh, we're not going to wait for it. We have to leave already. Just book us somewhere where you can get a commercial flight. And the chosen area was Kuala Lumpur. So you knew Morris Daniel, right?
No, I don't know Morris Daniel personally, but
And how
yes,
did you
I
communicate
spoke
with
to
him then to book the flight?
I just spoke to him on WhatsApp.
You spoke to him on your WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Did you text him? Before you called him, you probably had to text him, right?
Yeah, just like an introduction. That I was referred by Mr. Gary Wong to get in touch with you, etc.
All right, then we can look at that phone. Anyway, it's of no moment at the moment, but it might be later on relevant. Now, you use the words business beyond limits. Why?
They asked for a company name, so that's the one that I can think of.
Because you control that and you put your girlfriend there, right? And Miss Mago, right? And Miss Mago will do anything for you, right? Come on, Mujit, you're in enough trouble. Try and come back to the fold. Don't be a Darth Vader. The truth shall set you free.
No.
What do you think? What?
I don't remember.
Mojit, you want to change your mind and tell the truth finally? You had to know Morris Daniel.
So, Chairman, I already mentioned what I know, and I already gave.
Ask your friend, right? And he helped you.
Marine transcript.
After all,
Memory
the
check.
plane was coming from Singapore. And Mr. Wang was in Singapore. So he arranged it. And then you have a name, the name of Morris Daniel, right? And then you use, again, was there an authorization from Better Business, Business Beyond Limits? I'm sorry, I'm used to BB, Better Business, business beyond limits authorizing you to charter a plane? Was there? Mujit? I don't enjoy this,
No,
Mujit. Believe me, I don't enjoy it.
no,
I don't
no,
enjoy it when you say
there's
no to your
no.
mother, all right? I really feel for your mother. But try to come and see your way clear and come back to the truth. Might be easier. It will relieve your sister of the stress that you put her in. Tell the truth for a change.
Yan, maputol ko lang po mga kaibigan, ano. Siguro naobserbahan po ninyo yung inconsistency sa tono ng boses, no. Kanina si Huang, yung presidente ng Pharmally, si Taiwanese. May time siya na kalmado lang, normal, which suggests na totoo yung sinasabi niya. And then nung nabanggit ni Senator Gordon yung pangalan na ano ba yan? Dennis Morris ba yun? Doon siya parang naging agitated siya, di ba? Kasi gustong ma-corner ni Senator Gordon na itong si Dennis Morris saka si Mr. Huang ay iisa kasi siya yung lumalabas na nag-book nung chartered plane para kay Mohit Gargani, yung Indian. At gaya nung sinabi ko, may prior research na ginawa yung staff ni Senator Gordon tungkol dyan. May mga nakalap na silang dokumento at mga papeles, gaya nung pinakita kanina nung broker, yung tungkol dun sa chartered plane, no, na nasira kaya hindi natuloy from Davao to to Dubai. Instead, nagkaroon ng second plane pero Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia naman yung naging destination. Di ba mga kaibigan? And then ngayon, ang galing ni Senator Gordon, umaatake siya sa emosyon, no? Sinasabihan niya si Mohit Gargani na do not be the Darth Vader. Yung kontrabida sa Star Wars yun kung hindi ako nagkakamali. And then, yun nga, yung ginamit niya yung nanay ni Mohit Gargani kasi syempre, iba yung pag nanay mo yun, di ba? So, ito yung mga taktika sa korte na talagang ginagawa ng mga abogado para mapalabas yung katotohanan. And then yung behavior sa regular courts ng mga witnesses na ginagamitan ng direct and cross-examination, yung kanilang behavior or demeanor na binanggit natin kanina sa part 1 yata yun, or part 1. Yung sinabi ko na oobserbahan natin. At ngayon nga, nakikita na natin yung kanilang behavior, no? As Senator Gordon went on questioning to them, nakikita natin yung seemingly inconsistency doon sa kanilang mga pamamaraan ng pagsagot. Itong si Mohit Gargani, may mga instances na ang tagal niyang sumagot. At may mga pagkakataon naman na very normal yung pagsagot niya, no? Mabilis yung response niya, pero napansin natin na may mga pagkakataon din na parang natutulala muna siya, nag-iisip muna siya bago niya pindutin yung button ng microphone bago siya magsalita. Ayan. So, eto na, tuloy natin mga kaibigan. Exciting to. Here we go.
Come on, Mojit. You know, when I saw you before, I thought you were a good man. You look like a good man. I didn't even believe the stories of some of your friends who know you, who tell me. You pop champagne bottles when you were in a bar just to enjoy. Sprinkle champagne bottles all over the bar. I didn't even ask you about when Twinkle had her birthday. Did you go to Balisin Island? Chartered the plane again to go to Balisin Island? Did that happen? Mojit,
No, that did not happen.
are you sure? Don't say another lie. That your sister had a birthday party in Balasin Island and you brought people out there? Right?
Mr. Chairman, that never happened.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, but I'll have to extend another hearing and get parties to tell you who they are. What is rocks trading?
That's the one that Morris used because when Morris asked me first for a company name, I gave BBL, but I told him I'm not comfortable to use that either. So I told him, can he be the one to take care of the company? And he said yes. So I don't know Rocks Trading either.
Somebody you don't know is able to do all this. He must be a CIA or a agent of the KGB in the old days who can fix things. You know that your story is very flimsy. You know that. Come on, Majid. Come clean. So where is Rocks Trading located? And why do you know of it? Come on. Speak up.
As I mentioned, I don't know Rocks Trading either.
Come on. We're not stupid here, you know. You just use Rocks Trading from out of the blue. You don't know. And you suggested it to Morris. Come on.
As I mentioned, Mr. Chairman, I asked Morris to provide the company name. So it was
You
him
found
who
out.
actually suggested it.
Where is Morris located? Where is Morris based?
I
You
don't
see,
know, Mr.
you're
Chairman.
going to be push and push and push. And you're going to look stupid because it's like, you know, your clothes are being removed until finally, like Adam, when he ate of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, they were driven out naked. You don't know where Morris is from? And you let Morris decide? Rocks trading?
I trusted Gary.
Oh, you trust him. I thought you didn't know him.
I said I trusted Gary.
Oh, Gary. But you didn't know Gary either. You just met him in a bar.
Ayan, putulin ko po muna saglit mga kaibigan. Ayun, sapul na naman si Mohit Gargani doon, ano? Ginamit sa kanya ni Senator Gordon yung principle na anything you say will be used against you, no? Kasi yung statement na sinabi ni Mohit Gargani na si Gary Wong ay na-meet lang niya sa bar at hindi niya talaga ito kakilala. Tapos ngayon sinasabi niya, I just trusted Gary. So yun, na-corner siya doon, di ba mga kaibigan? So, ang tagal niyang sumagot. Nagulat siya, natandaan ni Senator Gordon. Grabe, no? Tuloy natin mga kaibigan.
You expect the whole country to believe you that you trusted Gary? There's a long line of questions that shows that you're lying, you're tentative, you're what you call evasive, and that you're adjusting your answer to the question. What's the other word for it? Oh my God. So tired from all the things that we're facing in the country right now, including this major disaster. There's a word for it. You are concocting. You're reinventing the answers. Come on, Mohit, speak up. You used to be a good man. You could be a good man again. I don't think you're evil, but you're beginning to turn into the black. Sure, you're a fan of Star Wars, right? No answer? Morris could possibly. Is Morris in America, or in Singapore, or Davao? Come on, Mojit. Be a credit to the Indian people here. I know a lot of very good Indian people. Don't paint yourself into that. Whether you like it or not. I thank your mother for me, but I had to return that birthday Christmas cake that she sent to me. I don't really accept Christmas gifts from people I don't know, and I return it. Just as I returned somebody from Cagayan de Oro who sent me ham because they thought they were going to be part of an investigation. Hamba or crabs? Crabs. Just somebody sent me a gift to help him in citizenship. I have all this recorded, boy. But I sympathize with your mom. That's why God invented mothers, because God could not be around all the time. But mothers will always be there for you. Try to be a credit to your mother. I don't like to hurt your mother. Pick up and tell the truth once and for all. And let's get rid of this bad nightmare. Come on, Mohit, speak up. Everything that you've done got unraveled. You tried to escape, you got caught. Then you got caught, we found out who paid for the plane. And now you're saying a parcel of lies again. From Gary, whom you met in a bar, to Morris, whom you don't know. Come on, rocks trading. And you don't even have any authority from the company, Business Beyond Limits, where you put Grace Mago, and Sofia Custodio. Come on. And Sofia doesn't show up all the time. And now Rose Dono doesn't want to show up. And then Wei Xiong, your partner, doesn't want to show up. You see how it looks to us? One lie after the other. One lie magnified after the other. We didn't do the lies. Now your friend is also in trouble. Wang. Would you like to speak about it in private? But it'd be better if you just say it. Okay, I'll tell everything. You believe the lie that you're above the law. I'll ask you again. Where is Morris from? Don't even bother to ask. Where is Morris Daniel from?
I don't know where he's from, Your Honor.
You just trusted him. You just trusted him to say rocks. I can't believe you don't know rocks. I'll give you two answers. There's a rocks trading in India, and you're Indian. And there's a rocks trading in Buhangin, Davao, JP Laurel Street. Which one is which? Do you have relations in India who own rocks trading? Baka pinahamak mo na naman uli yun. Or you have a friend who owns rocks trading? Because I'm going to call rocks trading from Davao and ask him to sue you because you're putting them in ill repute. Are you going to answer? Don't waste your time, please. Come on, Mohit. You know the gig is up.
No comment, Mr. Chairman.
No comment. No comment means you're evasive. Mr. Kimbo, may I ask you to invite rocks trading in Davao next time?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, Rocks Trading is not SE registered. We asked the Department of Trade and Industry if they are registered, and we're awaiting the reply. We've made our
Do they have a
follow-up.
name, a face?
None, sir. Yet. None, sir. We will find out, sir.
I really
That's
want to
the
finish this investigation already, but it's really the president, it's really these lies that are dragging this investigation. Hindi naman kami. Mohit, by the way, please tell your mother I have nothing against her, and I pray for her, and I really sympathize with her. Okay? No answer. All right. We'll stop there for the escape from Davao phase of the investigation. I will now ask you a question. Is it not true that Lin Wei Xiong is the financial manager of Pharmally? Mr. Mohit Dargani?
Based on the record, yes, because he, as I mentioned that, as in our previous hearings, I did not mention it, but it was mentioned that Michael Yang did help Pharmally and acted as a guarantor.
I'm talking about Lin Wei Xiong. He's a financial manager. He's a friend of Michael Yang. He has a position in your company. Mohit Dargani is corporate secretary, and Lin Wei Xiong is financial manager. Now the cat is out of the bag. That's why he's been in Dubai all the time. That's why he's contracted a second COVID illness in Dubai. Come on, Mohit. You know the gig is up. Speak up. Tell the truth. Free yourself of this pestilence in your mind. You're young. How old are you? How old are you?
28, Mr. Chairman.
28. My gosh. You have a whole lifetime ahead of you and you can fix your life. Especially come out honorably here. There's still a chance to come out honorably, admit your errors, and maybe you can have a new life. I don't want to say this. If you feel your father failed you, don't let him tell you that. Tell yourself that. I will rectify myself. That's the beauty of man. He can reinvent himself. That's why there's confession, there's penance. So he's a financial manager, correct? He's the watchdog of Michael Yang. He looks after the money interest, right? Come on, Mohit.
He was just placed as a financial manager for that particular.
Who placed him? Who placed him? Did you? Did you place him?
It
Did
was
you
the
place
board.
him? Who?
The board.
The board. Oh, that board again. Who are in the board?
Lincoln
Speak up.
Ong, Wang Chuyen, and myself. My sister is not involved in any of the operations or transactions, so she
Again,
doesn't.
who is there? Lin Wei Xiong is in the board?
No, he's not.
Okay. Who are the other ones in the board? You yourself? Lincoln Ong?
Mr. Wang Chuyen.
Wang Suyan, the president.
Ayan, mga kaibigan, abangan po ninyo yung part 5, no? I-upload ko rin maya-maya. Okay, so ayun nga, itong si Mohit Dargani ay may mga tanong na hindi niya sinagot, no? No comment siya. I don't know. Yung no comment kasi maaaring hindi mo talaga alam yung tanong or wala kang alam dun sa tanong, kaya no comment ka, no? Or pwedeng may alam pero sabi nga ni Senator Gordon umiiwas o evasive. Siguro baka ma-incriminate siya, no? Yung incrimination po, no, para po doon sa mga hindi nakakaalam pa, no, yun. Merong sa ano kasi sa Bill of Rights meron tinatawag na right against self-incrimination, or ang ibig sabihin nito sa Tagalog, yung karapatan mo bilang akusado or witness na huwag magbitaw ng mga statements or pananalita na maaaring maging against sa'yo, no? Or makapagdiin sa'yo or makapagpahamak sa'yo. Yan, so yan yung madalas na ini-invoke or itinuturo ng mga lawyers sa kanilang mga kliyente na akusado or sa kanilang mga witnesses. So meron kasing right to remain silent, at yun nga yung Miranda Doctrine na yun. So may hugot din kasi yun excuse me, may hugot din kasi yun na anything you say will be used against you, no? So minamarapat na lang nilang manahimik at ini-invoke yung right against self-incrimination. Pero may mga limits po yun, mga kaibigan. Hindi po laging all the time pwede mong i-invoke yung right mo na yun. May mga exceptions po. Okay, kanina lang po pala may nag-message sa akin bakit daw ang dami kong contents na tinatakel. Saka yun nga, pero in every content alam ko naman daw yung sinasabi ko. It's sports, no? Maraming sports, MMA, boxing, merong table tennis, basketball, aware ng billiard, may billiard pa, no? Alam ko po kasing laruin lahat yan, no? And then sa legal naman po, almost 5 years ako sa law office, and then nakapagbuklat din ng konting libro kahit papaano. Ayun, so ito po yung part 4 natin. Abangan po ninyo yung part 5. Painit ng painit po, painit ng painit, no? Yung usapan, ang ganda, no? Sana po nag-enjoy kayo. Okay, salamat po. Abangan po ninyo ang part 5.